come to you. I know I haven't done anything exciting in a while, but I've been working on this balcony project and it's spin-off little projects to go along with it. So we'll get some good stuff coming here pretty soon. But anyway, I do have a small accessory item I need to make for that same project. And what they have is, they have, I think it's called a chain fall or a chain hoist. You know, one of those chain hoist things. And they're leaving it installed in the facility, and they want it there for decor, for yeah, I don't know, an accent piece. But all the chain, they want to leave the chain on it and drape it off to the side. Let me just kind of show you a picture of it, but hopefully you can see what's going on. So this is a sidewall. This is a glass door. This is actually the door here. This is glass around the door. And then here's that chain fall, that chain hoist there with all the chain drooping down here. What they want to do is they want to leave it hanging off of this I-beam, and they want the chain to come over to the side. So they want the chain to come over and then hang down over here. So I mean, that just kind of frames in the door. So what we need to do is we need to make some type of item to hold that chain up there. At least one. Hopefully I don't have to make two, but we're going to find out. So what I've decided to do is I decided to take some of this, I think it's 7/8 rebar and a piece of 2" by 8" plate, and I'm just going to make a ring, an oval ring actually, you know, like a chain link maybe, something like that, out of the rebar, and then I'm going to make a bit of a hinge out of this by rolling it up, so that'll come, you know, it'll be kind of like this, you know what I mean? Rebar will be in here, and this will be the mounting plate, so that'll come in here and they'll come down here and mount it into the wall like that. Flip it up, drop the chain through it. So that's, I mean, that's kind of the project. It should be pretty simple. We need to make this into a decently looking, I don't know what you call that shape, it's not really oval, rounded rectangle kind of shape, and then all we need to do is roll a piece of this around that and either rivet it or weld it back in place. That's the plan, and let's get going. I have, because I don't want to lose the rebar effect, so I can't be hammering on this a lot. Maybe if I try to roll it with this edge on the inside and outside, then the hammer marks may be not as noticeable. My big question is, do I go in the forge and take this 6 inches at a time and roll it, or do I put it in the propane forge and try to get the main shape all at once? And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be back when this thing's warmed up in the propane forge. About half of this thing where I want it to be. We'll see if I can make that work. This is a pretty dang big piece of steel. And my crazy idea is that I can roll this with a wooden handle. I'm hoping I can. And I'm trying to avoid we can do it. Oh, that's a big piece of steel. Got nothing to hold on to. It ain't used to work. I gotta go big. We gotta put some meat in it. Just got to do it. That's all there is to it. Just got to do it. Shit, I don't know, maybe we can put a bend down through the vise. If it was just a foot long, it would be pretty straightforward, but this is a big piece of steel. Just bend it like that. That works. Alright, sorry about that. I went to the vise, put that much in, and then just spun it around. I like the way that looks. We'll turn around, we'll get the other side heated up, we'll try to do the same thing. Alright, I think I got enough heat on this. Running out of propane, which is not good, but I think we can get her down. same thing once we get it started there. As we did last time on the vise. Let's see if we can just bring her around a little bit. Let's see if we can do that. Have to get her close for welding. Don't look too snabby. Don't look too snabby tall. Maybe wind up here a little. That's an awkward little piece to mess with. We can find shape it. God, it doesn't look too bad right there, actually. Oh, where to hold, where to hold. There we got it, Gina. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that at all? I think that'll make a pretty little curtain ring or chain ring, I guess is what it is. Just bring her together now. We'll be in good shape. Just enough to weld it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and weld this up. Originally I was going to use just a plain old 1-inch stock and do a 412 to make it traditional, but I'm trying to maintain this rebar look, so let me go weld it. We got a good weld on that. What I'm going to do now is just heat that weld up and just hammer it in so it looks good. I don't want to grind too much on that. Then we'll go in. I'm using regular forge now. They're cold forge now, and then we'll go in and get this thing into a uniform shape. And I think this part of the project's done. Let's see what we can do just about prettying up that weld a little bit. It doesn't have to be too pretty. Sometimes you just go a little farther. Alright, now I'd like that weld on the side because we have writing here, so I'm going to try to put my top and bottom in this location. I'm actually not too unhappy with this curve. Let me just see if we can smooth this curve out a little bit. I think that should be plenty. When that hangs with that writing there and the chain look or the rope look, I think it's going to be pretty. It's not pretty, but it's going to give a nice little industrial look to something that is industrial, which is that chain faucet. So as much as I want to use this wooden hammer, I don't know if it will move it with it, but we're going to try for a while anyway. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. Let's try to get, what are we trying to do? We're trying to bring this end down a little. There's just not enough meat to it. And this project needs to make some money, so I guess we'll do it. We'll do it. Oh, that's getting close. It's almost close enough for Chandler, actually. Yeah, that looks alright. We got a little wonk in it this way. I really don't want to use a little wonk in it that way. I think all I gotta do is heat this side. There's a bit of a wonk in that. That'll be good. I like that. That's perfect, actually. I mean, it's almost perfect. We got enough heat to get this other wonk out of here. Call this part relatively down. We got enough. Okay. I want to flip this over. I want it to wonk out that way. Okay. That's not bad at all, actually. I'm not terribly hating it. I think it looks okay. Still a couple of wonks in it, but yeah, there's one curve right in here. Let's fix that one and we will be done. More cleanup on this wonk. I think that's the magic right there. And like that at the top. I don't think that's horrible. Good. Alright, we'll take it just like that. Alright, we'll let this cool off. Now, the next thing we're going to do is start working on the hinge or the hanger part of this. Let me come back. I'm actually trying to make some money, but I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put like a little bit of one of these doohickeys on here. Alright, before I roll it over, we'll roll it from here to here, and that should give us, I was thinking about a foot is what I was after. So I'm just going to draw this out a little bit. Let's get it to a bit of a point. We'll go ahead and see what we can do. Maybe I can use my fullering tool and put a bit of a dimple in there, and then we'll just roll it over. I think that's the trick. Just, hey, you know, if we can dress it up, let's dress it up. Maybe we should do the same thing on the other side too. A little bit hotter than I wanted it, but we'll work this point down still. Just because we can. In this project, this balcony project, I really haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to show any blacksmithing abilities, so we'll do it now. Time through. This time we won't melt the end a little. So again, we're not going for pretty, but just we're not going. Didn't bother to try either. Just show we tried a little bit. Get her centered up. Get her centered up a little bit. Clean it up. I think that's good. Anything wrong with that except one more cleanup. I just try to do it right, you know. That's a little better. That's a little better. So now we need to straighten no more. There we are. Alright, now I like to just put a couple of doohickey and jiggers in there. Problem is the spring swage fullering tool I have is kind of off, but we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll just widen this up a little so I can get it in there, and we'll work both sides. Doing this So again, I don't want to take too much. We'll go gentle and turn it around. It's the thought that counts, you know? That seems to be just about what I was after. Just like that. Beautiful. Wow, for once something worked okay, I think. For once something worked okay. A little more on the bottom there, if I can. I like it. I'll take it. Alright, now let's go ahead. I'm going to cool this down and let's throw another one on the other side. Since we did that, I think it's the right thing to do. And I'll be back when that's done. The other side, it was the original side. Since that end's hot, we'll use that for the next thing. Now my original plan was to take and just roll it right around this. But I want a little more play than that. So I'm going to see if I can find something a little bit bigger in diameter that I can do the roll and the set, and then I can just open it up and close it around the actual rebar. Should be strong enough, right? So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing around this piece of titanium. Hope I got the right end here. I don't do this kind of thing very often, so I got to make sure I get myself enough. I think somewhere right around in there, because I want it to come over and down and back. So somewhere in that realm, I think, is where I want the wrap to be, and it doesn't matter if I'm too low. So somewhere right around in there. Alrighty, let's do it. Nothing. Let's see what we got. Man, a little bit more heat wouldn't have been bad, but we're going to start the bend there. And then we're going to get this piece in here. Oh, if we can hold it long enough. We'll get it around first. Now we think we should be able to work it. We got to keep her straight though. Come on now. Pull it back a little bit more. I think we're looking okay. I think I want a little bit more. Alright, I'm going for one more heat, and then we'll do the final set on that. I think we're okay. I do. Let's go in for this final set. Hopefully everything works okay. Everything centered there, and what I think I want to do is come in with this flatter just to push that corner in a little bit more. Make it look like we knew what we were doing. I think that's good. We seem relatively straight there. Now, yeah, that looks good. Kind of see what we're going for there, right? I like that. Now, the next thing is that I think I'm going to take, I'm just going to take and heat just the very top of that. Just enough so I can put just a bit of a flatness on there, so because with this curve we might be binding in there. So nothing major, just a small amount of heat if I can in one spot, just flat enough to get into that 2-inch bracket. That's the plan. Then we'll heat this up, open it, and reset it. Heat is what I'm trying to do. Get it where I want it. Oh, like that, I think. Just enough to flatten it out a little bit. I think I'm okay with that. That's where she's going to hang anyway. Good. Alrighty, so that piece is ready to go. We are going to open this up. Before I do, I want to make sure I'm not exactly flat in here. Yeah, I got a little work to do before I open that. So just got to make sure it's going to lay flat on the wall. Now that we've done all this work, I'll be back. We got a bit of wonk here. But I thought about that because I wouldn't want it to show up and have the thing not line up on the wall. We are going on a block wall with this, so we should be relatively straight. The last thing we were doing was a stone wall. Those balconies were on a stone wall, and straight wasn't even in the cards. Alright, that's good. Alright, we'll heat this up and get it set. Set it and forget it. Oh yeah, Chandler. Just gonna, let me get a little more heat on it. Oh yeah, Chandler. We're just gonna open that up. A little more heat. Come to you a little earlier, but I forgot that I had heated this piece and grabbed right a hold of it with my hands. So we're just going to open that up enough to, which end's hot on that? Why is that not hot? That must be the end. I want the writing forward, and we'll just close that right back up again. Get her centered. And you have it. One chain holder. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and drill this out. I'll make a rivet for this to hold this piece together. I'll rivet it and then I'll just plug weld the back of it and then drill a couple of holes for mounting, and we will be in good shape. Actually, we could just do a mount there and a mount here, and I wouldn't need that rivet, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to send it as one piece. So I'm going to rivet there, and then we'll do a mounting hole here and here. Let's make a rivet. A little piece of 3/8. We'll use that in this little riveter header thing that I made, and we'll just upset the end enough where we can get a rivet head out of it, and then we be in business. Cool down the bottom, so all we get is what I want upset here. Try to get it a little centered. We got enough for a rivet, that's for sure. We got to just center it up now. Centering this up a little bit. I think we got enough to cut a rivet rivet to happen. So let's heat it up and turn it into a rivet now. Let's go ahead, get our rivet in there. Hopefully we fit okay. Yeah, we're in. I'm already off one side, so I'm going to fix that before I go much farther, and then we'll set it. For a square rivet, what the heck? That'll look pretty. I think that'll look pretty. I think it'll look good. And there you have it. One rivet. Ready to go. When she gets out of the hole, she'll be ready to go, and then we will be in business. So what I'll do now is, like I said, I'm going to drill that. We'll go ahead. Just like this. We'll drill this out and we'll put that rivet right in there, right centered like that. It'll look good. I think it'll look good. We're gonna give this another go because my head isn't centered and I want it centered down there, and I could move my hole, but you know, geez guys, if you can't make a nail or a rivet, then you don't belong doing whatever it is we're trying to do. That's the way I look at it. So I understand I don't know what I'm doing, but at the same time you'd think I should be able to make a goddamn rivet that comes out straight. You know what I mean? So we're going to try a less aggressive approach, a little less head on top. See if we can get something that centers up a little better. Alright, so I'm much more centered with the upsetting. Again, if you can't make a rivet, Chandler, you shouldn't be making money. I guarantee you that. But practice, 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 and I don't do a heck of a lot of them. So maybe that's the excuse I'll use. We're going to find out here in a second. But heat her up. A less aggressive approach can help us. Certainly looks a lot better. It certainly looks a lot better. Ouch. We're still offset a little bit though. Dang it. Alright, we'll make it work. One of the two will make work. Man, we got to do riveting video. Ready for cleanup. There's the rivet. Looks real. I think it looks awesome. It's just something to give a little more of a rustic look to hanging some chain. It should look rough. So I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, wire brush it is all, and then get her nice and clean. Clear coat it because everything I've done so far in the project is black, and there's only a couple pieces of raw steel out there. I think this would look cool in a raw sense. So let me clean it up. I'll be back when we're done. I used wipe-on poly instead of clear coat. I do that sometimes. It's just a little different look, a little darker look. And again, this is going to mount on the wall, and the chains are just going to be draped through here to hold them out of the way. And what a great looking industrial look. We got some numbers here too for people that are really, where am I here? 17, either a 5 or an S. I think it's an S. I think I like it. I mean, it's exactly what I wanted it to be, and hopefully they'll like it. And we're wrapping up this balcony project, so I'll make sure you see this in action and everything. I'll do a final project build. But there you go. There's a curtain ring, a chain curtain holder. So that's the blame. That's what we call it anyway. Catch you in the next one.